今やゴジラの通過した後は炎の海と化し、見渡せばいつ終わ
Bam, what's doing, guys? Back with another fresh vinyl review. Today we're going to be looking at the X Plus 30cm favorite sculptors line, MM28 Cybot Godzilla 1984. Did I get all that? The box, yes, as it says, literally everything that I just rambled out. We're looking at the, it's a 30cm right there, okay? See it on the box? We'll just talk about the box real quick. Basic X Plus box, cardboard, nice colorized cover of the 84 Cybot Godzilla figure that we're looking at here, okay? If you're familiar with MM28, you know that he's a model maker. A lot of resin kits that have been put out over the years. Some of them have been transitioned over to X Plus vinyl, such as the GMK lineup that is to my left. Depending on which way you're looking, it could be your right. Unless you're upside down, maybe it's over that way or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so basic X Plus figure box, nothing special there. This is a Rick exclusive. We'll talk about the Rick Extra shortly, all right? Boom. Now, the figure itself, figure itself, it's an 84, right? Right. Based off of, you know, the design from Godzilla 84, Rebirth of Godzilla, bam. Godzilla 1985, boom. But it's the Cybot. What is the Cybot? Sorry, I'm still in puberty. We'll just leave that there. But what is the Cybot? The Cybot was a 16-foot animatronic Godzilla, okay? It was used for close-up shots throughout the movie in Godzilla 84, specifically shots where it was close-up on Godzilla's face when he was roaring, looking up at the sky at the birds, after he got hit with the cadmium missiles in his mouth and he's drooling out and he's got the really cool Showa roar at that point. That was a Cybot. And clearly it looks different from the actual suit that we all know. But the Cybot was really a thing of its time. It was also heavily used in the marketing for the film. The main actors, they were caught doing some promotional material for the movie with the Cybot. And I think as of this day, I think the only thing that's left is like its skeletal pieces. The foam and everything is all gone, rotten away and whatnot. But that was the Cybot. Again, 16-foot tall animatronic Godzilla. Pretty damn cool. And that's what this figure is based on. Pretty damn cool. Awesome that X Plus is going, you know, with this release a little bit more in the obscure direction, because the Cybot, not something that you see all that much. I feel like, you know, when looking at the 25cm figure that X Plus put out years ago, looked more like the Cybot. The Bandai 6-inch 84, the original 1980s Godzilla 84 looked like the Cybot. The Marmot Godzilla figure looks like the Cybot, all right? But really, really cool figure. Totally dig it. I remember when they announced it, so I was like, yes! Absolutely. Totally picking that up. All right? Now, it's a big figure. It's a 30cm figure, right? Yeah, it's technically part of the favorite sculptors line, which is normally a 30cm scale, but this thing is almost 40 centimeters tall. You know, when we're looking at him here, he measures right in at 13.5 inches. 13.5 inches tall. I put him next to my 40cm Godzilla 64 down in the living room, and he is like maybe just a half inch shy of being the same height as that. So this is a big figure. It's a big 30cm figure. The original kit, I believe, was 40 centimeters. I could be wrong. I'm not overly familiar with that stuff. But beautiful figure. Happy to pick it up. When I bought mine, I went with the Rick US website, so that's where I pre-ordered it. For anybody that's wondering, I get asked the question a lot, where'd you get it? A lot of people have been watching over the years, you know where to get it. But for new collectors, new viewers, you want to go, there's a lot of avenues to go nowadays. You can go on the Rick US website. If you use a proxy such as Bai, you can use the Rick Japanese website and order directly from there. And that would be for Rick releases that come with extras. For your standards, you can go with Hobby Search, Ami, those come right out of Japan. If you don't go that route, you can use your US retailers, which is like Vampire Robots, Awesome Collector, to name a couple. Entertainment Earth, so there's been a lot of avenues to get these X Plus figures. But right off the bat, Rick, the X Plus, Rick US website or the Japanese website, even the Godzilla store, be it the US or the Japanese store, US Godzilla stores have X Plus figures. So lots of avenues. I did hear a little birdie that somebody already restocked or stocked this figure for G-Fest 30, for G-Fest next year. And that little birdie goes by the vendor, Vampire Robots. So he already has one on hand for G-Fest next year. And I know one person already said, yeah, they're going to be looking for one next year at G-Fest. So there you go. That's your tip. I hope you're watching. I hope you're paying attention. Get online first. Boom. For the deals room before I knock this over like a putz. All right. So what else? It's a Rick Extra. Before we get into this, let's talk about the Rick. This is the Sea Louse, Sea Lice, Chakras, whatever the frick name that it got. It was a giant tick that was on Godzilla in the beginning of the movie. This is the creature that attacked the sailor guy. I forget his name. I probably should go watch the movie to refresh. Pun intended. But it's the giant tick thingy that was creeping around the ship in the beginning of the movie. Disgusting, slimy little shit. It actually looks like a shit demon crawling around the ship. And he's got like these face hugger like mandibles up there. Disgusting. Very gross. Clearly it was a sea louse that was mutated by Godzilla's radiation, and it got big and it got hungry. So he was going after people. Gross. Anyway, this one, much like the original sea louse that came with the original 30 centimeter 84, I'm going to knock him off the table. It's basically the same sculpt. The only difference is that it comes with this arrow piercing through his upper back and abdomen area. So that's cool. So now I have both of them. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So, the figure itself, right? We talked about the height already. Again, we talked that he looks like the Cybot. It's a Godzilla figure, right? So it's charcoal gray, tree bark-like skin, dorsal plates and everything painted, got like a bone white, toenails, fingernails, and teeth, all that typical stuff. So, everything that you'd expect out of what Godzilla should look like hits all the right marks here from X Plus. But really, it's the sculpt that nails it. This looks exactly like the Cybot. It has a pretty cool pose. Again, it looks like how the Cybot looked in some promotional material. So very nicely done there. But it nails that look, especially from the profile sides. Really, really nails that look. I didn't talk about the price. I forget how much I paid for this. I think it was like $220, give or take, $250. Maybe it was like $250 because it was the Rick. So expect, if you're paying in the aftermarket or at G-Fest, it's probably going to be a little bit more money than that, because now it's been out and it's been sold out. You can't buy it retail anymore from any website unless they had restocked it or acquired one afterwards or something or another. Okay. All right. So a couple size comparisons. We're going to look at him here next to the Yuji Sakai 84. Boom. All right. Clearly the Sakai has got a little bit more of a suit accurate detail, and that's what those are going for with that line right there by Yuji Sakai. He's a little shorty. He stands at almost like 28 centimeters tall. Then moving on to the Marmot. The Marmot clearly is a different brand, but he looks like the Cybot. He's also about 10 inches tall, so he's a shorty compared to this figure, but you can't really compare them because they're totally two different things. And then my favorite, the original 30 centimeter Godzilla 84. Okay. That also suit accurate, but also is shorty compared to the Cybot right here. Bam. Okay. So that's your size comparisons. That's really about it for the figure. It's a gorgeous piece. I'm happy I got it. Happy that X Plus decided, hey, let's do something different than, it's not just another 84. So really cool. Want to see more of this. Want to see more of what figures haven't been done yet. Like maybe like a Showa flying Rodan. I want that. We don't have a flying Showa Rodan. Specifically, I want a 64 version. We need a Mega Gurus. So there's a lot of other stuff that X Plus could still do and throw out. All right, boom. All right, so what's next for the channel? This is the second review that we've knocked out in a week. I have a backlog of X Plus figures to do from the legendary Monsterverse figures. So we got Rodan, Godzilla, Kong. We're definitely going to do those. I have the Yuji Sakai. No, is it a Yuji Sakai? It's the Super 30 centimeter series, Godzilla 2000. We're going to do that. That's a sculpt by a 3D scan of the actual suit. And then I've got a list of other stuff, some Mondo figures and whatnot. So stay tuned. I know I say this after every little spout of motivation that the reviews are coming, but this time I'm really motivated. Boom. Okay? And if you're interested in a little self-promotion here, you know, if you're interested about grabbing a Fresh Vinyl shirt, any color you want, check the link in the description. It's on TeePublic. You can get short sleeves, you get tank tops, long sleeves, pillows, a bunch of other cool stuff, you know. So that, because I get asked about that from time to time. So check that link out. And I'll put the link in the descriptions for like the Rick websites, so you can check that out. And that's it. That's all I got to say about this. The figure, it's definitely 10 out of 10 for me. No major complaints at all. None at all. No complaints at all. So certified fresh in my book. And that's what's up. Because that's what's up. All right, people. See you on the next Fresh Vinyl review. And remember, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!